Morning, it's RAV4 car camping, Mark II. We're off this morning to, we're off up towards Middlesbrough this morning to a place called Roseberry Topping, which is a fairly large hill in North Yorkshire, and apparently it's been compared to the Matterhorn, which unlike Roseberry Topping isn't in North Yorkshire, it's in Switzerland and also on packets of Toblerone. It is, have a look. So how much it compares, I'm not sure. Here's a picture of the Matterhorn that I took, and here's one of Roseberry Topping for comparison, except of course I haven't taken it yet, but I will do in a bit, and because video edited is like time travel, you know, so I'll pretend I've taken it already, but I will have by the time you watch this. So anyway, are they the same, are they similar? I don't know. They're both hills and they've both got a distinctive top. I think that's about it, but we'll see, and we'll have a walk up. We're going to set off now, and we'll have a few words when we get there. Right, we're here, Roseberry Topping. Well, almost. I drove up to, there's a sheep just in front of the car, buying quite loudly if you can hear him. Anyway, yeah, I drove up to a place called Great Ayton, which is just by Roseberry Topping, and there was an official National Trust car park, and despite my my affinity to the National Trust, it was quite busy, and I think it's a bit of a tourist spot. So with the power of Google Maps, I've driven a little bit further back and up a really narrow, windy lane and gained a bit of height actually, and I found a nice little car park, albeit there are quite a few cars in here, which we'll see in a minute, which is actually on the Cleveland Way. The Cleveland Way is just behind me, and it's one of the routes up to the top of Roseberry Topping. So I think shortly we're going to do that. So we'll get out of the car in a minute and we'll have a look. Right, I'm parked down in the valley between sort of Roseberry Topping and the other side of the Cleveland Way just here. I've got a work call very inconveniently in about 3/4 of an hour. That's just what they are, work calls. They're just inconvenient, aren't they? And I haven't got a phone signal, so I didn't want to start off up Roseberry Topping and then not be able to make the call. So in the meantime, I've walked about 10 minutes up the other side of the hill to the Captain Cook Memorial. Now it turns out, according to the signs, that Captain Cook was born in Great Ayton, which is the village down there, which sort of makes sense because Whitby's about 20 minutes, 25 minutes that way over on the coast, probably that way, but anyway, roughly. And there's loads of Captain Cook references there. There's a Captain Cook Museum, that's where he sailed from, etc. So yeah, basically he hailed from just down the road in Great Ayton. And in front of me, or behind me now, so you can see it, is oh, there we go, is the Captain Cook Monument, which has been here quite a while, I believe, and has recently undergone some restoration. We'll have a bit of a closer look before my phone call. Right, that was Captain Cook's Monument. If you do walk up here, just before it on the slope is a plaque which is an RAF monument to an aircraft which crashed in 1940 with the loss of the 3 airmen on board. Right, been down into the town, found a 4G signal, got my work call done, all done and dusted now. So I've just come back up to the car park and I've walked up the side of the valley, the opposite side to where we were before, up from the car, probably a few hundred feet. Just on the horizon behind me you can see the Captain Cook Monument that we looked at before. And now let's walk up the Yorkshire Matterhorn, which you can't see for those trees, but we'll be able to see when we get around this corner. Ah, there it is, just there. Right, let's go and walk up it. Right, we're at the top. You get all this way up and there's still a few people here, and some sat on the actual point at the top. Good job nobody wants to take a photo of it, but there you go. That noise you can hear actually is a tractor down in the valley. This is where you should have one of those 360 panoramas, but I'll do it manually. Okay, that'll probably be a 290 panorama, but you get the idea. Right, I've had a drink. I've had my little maple and pecan pastry, which is very nice, and we're going to head back down to the car now. So we're going down that path there, and the car is actually over the other side of the valley, just below that Captain Cook monument that we saw earlier. So yeah, we'll set off back down. Right, we're back at the car. Yeah, bit of a warm walk back down. In fact, some of the downs were more difficult than the ups. Lots of sort of cobbles, and I think the paths have been put in place to stop the erosion. I believe the National Trust have done that. But yeah, well worth a visit. But we're back at the car now. The kettle's on, so I'm going to have a cup of tea and see what happens next. There are some there's sort of nice little picnicky table place over there. Might go and sit and drink my coffee over there, and then see what we're going to do. The sun's sort of gradually, oh no, it's not going, actually no, it's behind those trees, but just getting to the golden hour for photography, which is quite nice, as the photographers call it. So we'll see what happens a bit later, and I'll talk to you in a bit. Oh, what to have, be still my beating taste buds. Nah. This car park's quite busy. It's 20 past 8 and there's loads of people coming walking dogs and things. And I'm hoping that they're really coming walking dogs and things. And, you know, not just saying they're walking dogs and things. So there's people outside now, I can hear them. So hopefully they're off. Evening. It's 10 to 11 and the last of those cars have gone, so there's now nobody else in this car park. I'm going to give it a bit longer to see how dark and clear it gets, and if there's any stargazing to be done. Oh, by the way, if anybody is coming up here to do Roseberry Topping, I can heartily recommend Akbar's Indian Takeaway down in Great Ayton. I've had a very nice chicken tikka balti. So yeah, there you go, give them a try if you're up here. I forgot to put my lights up for this trip, so they're down there on the floor plugged in like a really bad Christmas decoration. And I've got the sort of the rechargeable light there, but I've got all the screens up as well in the car, so we're okay. Yeah, so as I say, I'll give it a bit longer. If anything happens on that front, I will let you know. And other than that, I'll speak to you in the morning. Good night. Morning. It's 6:30. I had an okay night's sleep. A bit on and off, but yeah, not bad. This is a popular spot. Cars started arriving and getting the barking dogs out around 6 AM. And even though it's a big long car park, they still all insist on parking right next to the only car here, which was me. But hey, never mind. So I'm going to get out the car, and I think I'm going to drive somewhere else and then put the kettle on and have a cup of tea. So talk to you in a bit. I forgot my tripod, so I'm going to use my arm here for the phone, which is fine. At least I can move it around a bit. You know what I was saying yesterday about if you want to know what the weather's going to be like tomorrow, have a look today. Well, that's still, again, totally not true, because it was lovely yesterday, and now it's a little bit cloudy and overcast and a bit of rain in there. Much like I did last time, I've relocated this morning. I could see the coast from up on Roseberry Topping, so I thought, right, I might as well go and have a closer look at it. So I've moved up here this morning. It's 7:30 to Saltburn-by-the Sea, which is very nice. I just parked up here on the up on the cliff. Dark clouds up there, look. So I'm just having a cup of coffee. Oh, one enhancement I've made since the last video, which I forgot to mention, is in the back here, a mate of mine gave me a couple of, I think bedside units, which I took the sort up and a bit of paint, and I've now got the bit of a sort of shelfy thing with some drawers in, which has got me bits and pieces in. And there's some boring food. There's some sort of tea and coffee and bits and pieces, and a little storage bit there. I wonder if, oh, I'll have to take the thing off, take the jack boil off. I quite like this actually. Open the door. Oh, there we go. Jet boil. So that you don't have the jet boil inside anyway. I've got a little flicker out the shelf there, complete with a cutout bit because it snagged the door, and then I can put the bits and pieces on there. So yeah, that's a little bit better. One thing I've noticed is I forgot to fasten it in. If you go around the corner too quickly, around a roundabout, it does fall over and the door and the drawers slide out. So that needs a bit of fixing. I have an idea on what I'm going to do there. So I shall do that for next time. So there we go. That's a little bit of storage in the back, and I still haven't sorted the curtain, but that'll be next. Great. Blimey, after yesterday, I can't believe the weather. It's fleece weather this morning. It's quite a chilly breeze coming off the sea up here at Saltburn-by-the Sea. But anyway, it's been a cracking couple of days. I can thoroughly recommend Roseberry Topping for somebody to come and have a walk. And time for home now. So yeah, thanks for watching. Cheers.